Okay guys, welcome back for another video. This is just one about pizza dough really. I used to make more dough than I actually used because I used to like putting it in bags and freezing it. But then when you want to make a pizza rather quickly, you've got to take it out, de-thaw, or not de-thaw, thaw out. Wait till it gets to room temperature, and then you've got to make your pizza and all that sort of stuff. So I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm down to my last two freezer dough balls that I've removed from the freezer. And what I've started doing is pre-baking the dough like the pizza bases you buy in the shops. They're part baked really, so it's just a matter of putting your toppings on. You don't need a pizza stone or anything like that. You can just put them straight on the shelf or straight on the grilling plate in the oven. Now the easiest way to do it is just use any kind of baking tray you've got, roll the pizza out into whatever shape, stick it in the baking tray and then cook it for about 7 or 8 minutes, just enough so it gets a bit of rigidity about it. Take it out and then you can wrap it in cling film and put it back in the freezer. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I've done it a few times before and it turns out really well. So I'll show you what I've got and how we're going to go about getting this done. Right guys, so what I've done is I've removed my last two dough balls from the freezer. These are starting to thaw out now, so they need about another half hour or so to take them up to room temperature. The plan is we're going to roll these out and then they're going to go inside these pizza trays. Now generally I'll cook the dough in a tray anyway, but the crust doesn't get as crispy as I like it. So what I tend to do is I'll cook the pizza in the tray for the 15 or 20 minutes, then take it out the tray and put it back in the oven. But sometimes you're on the risk of burning the toppings while you're waiting for the crust to go hard or go crispy. So what I've done a few weeks ago was took one of these out, rolled it out, put it in the tray, just some olive oil, and then lay it flat in the tray. Put it in the oven at 210 for 220 for about 7 minutes, and then take it out. And then it was pretty well, it's not fully cooked, but it's not raw. It's still got a bit of rigidity about it, so you can then just put your sauce and your toppings on. Excuse me, and then put it straight on the grilling tray in the oven without worrying about it being all sloppy and not cooking right. That way you get a really crispy base and the top cooks at the same time. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll these out. I'll roll one out and get it in the tray and show you what I mean, and then we'll get it in the oven and I'll show you what it comes out like. Right, okay, so I've rolled the dough out. The dough balls are roughly about 280 grams, something like that, 280, 300 grams. So I've rolled it out. It's almost the size of the tray. It doesn't need to be. You're only using the tray to cook it basically, or to part cook it. But I'm going to drop this into the tray now. I've put some olive oil in there just to help with the non-stick. So I'll get it in the tray and I'll show you what it looks like before I stick it in the oven. Right, so that's the dough in the pan, okay. Just used a fork just to pin some holes in it to stop any big air bubbles. So see, you can cook your pizzas in these trays, but the base doesn't get as crispy as I like. So I found that doing this part bake thing and then building your pizza up after works a lot better and gives you that really crispy base. So it's going in the oven now for say 7 or 8 minutes, and then I'll show you what it comes out like. And you'll swear it looks identical to those ones you buy in the twin packs in Asda or Sainsbury's or anywhere like that. I can't remember the name of them, but you get all the pre-made sauces and all that as well. But yeah, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. So we'll get this in the oven, 7-8 minutes, and I'll show you what it's like when it comes out. Okay, and here we have it. 7 minutes. in the oven at 220, and it's perfect for going straight onto the oven shelf, and that will be nice and crispy in the bottom while your toppings are on there. So it can now go straight onto the shelf in the oven. Nice and simple. I've got another one in actually, thought I'd use the last of the, so it can now go straight onto this grill without falling through the sections. So there we are folks, make your own part baked pizza bread or pizza bases ready to go straight into the oven from the freezer. See, I've done this a few times now, just wrap them in cling film, stick them in the freezer. They take up slightly more room than a dough ball I suppose, but you can have 10 or 12 of them all stacked up, all ready to go, and it's just a matter of taking them straight out the freezer and put your toppings on, straight into the oven. Nice and simple. So you don't need to use a round tray, you could use a big square oven sheet and just put 2 small round ones or make one big one and cut it up once it's part baked. Loads of different things to do, but just gives you the option. You can either freeze your pizza dough or just use, spend the extra time when you've made it and you've got any extra, just roll it out and part bake it and put it straight into the oven. Well, luckily for me, this one's getting used tonight. This will be my dinner, and the other one will be going straight into the freezer. This is going to be some nice pepperoni with sausage, some sriracha sauce, some pickle. So a video will be coming with that shortly. So thanks for watching guys, see you in the next video.